Hey everyone, Shawn Clement here, Wisdom in Golf at our facility at the Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center. And today we're talking footwear. And oftentimes, in the wintertime when you're hitting off mats or at your local driving range, if there's not a grass facility and you tend to hit off mats, we get a little too lackadaisical about the footwear that we're using. We want to be comfortable, yes, but when you're playing a sport such as golf, there's the reason why you always want to wear your golf footwear is the following. So we take a training shoe, let's say from Nike or whatever company, and you notice how a running shoe or a good walking shoe is going to be high in the heel, a little lower in the toe, and it's going to be rounded off at the end. So this is for walking forward. So what I need to do to walk forward, the center of gravity of my body, which is the centermost point where I have equal weight up and down, front to back and side to side, I'm going to let that fall a little forward and catch myself. So higher in the heel, lower in the toe takes the center of gravity and rolls it forward and allows you to be, very good at doing that. However, for side-to-side motion, most of these running shoes have no torsion control at all. They're way too soft torsionally. So number one, you want to have a shoe that's flat. So a golf shoe, typically, your feet will sit nice and flat inside those shoes. A really good one, okay? So as I stand here, my center of gravity, when I get in my golf posture, I don't want my center of gravity being thrown forward, because then when I add the G-force of my arm swing, I'm going to be reacting to an out-of-balance condition for nothing. So what I'm looking for is something that's going to hold me nicely through the arches of my feet, where my glutes and my quads are going to be able to apply nice pressure to all the spikes in my shoes so that I can stay in balance dynamically as I'm performing my swing. Now, the second thing is, you'll notice as far as the traction, you want some really good torsional traction when it comes to performing your swing. So if I'm doing a particular golf swing right here, if we look at the kinetic chain of any sport, so if I'm throwing a ball, you'll notice a baseball pitcher, as they're throwing towards you, that front foot tends to open up so that I can deliver my pitch in that direction. So the first thing the brain does is go get the ground, use the ground to get the body out of the way. So I need that traction with the ground to remove my body out of the way. So the better contact with the ground that I have, the more efficient my kinetic chain or my kinematic sequence can be. So imagine we took a harness and put it around your chest and we raised you where your feet were dangling off the ground, you wouldn't be able to perform any kind of action in a very powerful or accurate way. So we secure ourselves to the ground, and then the focus, of course, is going to be out there toward the target, and we're delivering an action toward the target. So as I get to the top of my backswing, the brain's going to go get the ground, use the ground to get my body out of the way so that I have access to that target over there. So if I'm slipping around on something that's, if I've got no grip and I'm playing in the dew in the morning, well, I'm going to have a hard time securing myself so I can deliver an action that's very authoritative and that's, not so much in strain. So if I'm really straining to hold my grip, I'm going to struggle. If I'm straining to hold my balance, I'm going to struggle. So whether you're on a golf mat at the driving range or at the golf course, make sure you have a really solid pair of shoes on your feet. And I do recommend a leather shoe, because the leather really holds your feet a lot more into the shoe as it's gripping the ground. So I hope you enjoyed that. All the best. See you next week.